When taxes are excessive, the people starve. When officials are overbearing, the people rebel. When governments make life miserable, the people wish for death. Oppressive measures never achieve their intended results. This is chapter 75 of the Tao Te Ching, and I am tempted to leave this without comment. It seems self-explanatory and a reasonable explanation of the result of large governance. What I'll instead focus on briefly is the interesting similarities that arise here between a document that was written thousands of years ago and the problems that have arisen since then, which led to, among other things, the creation of the United States and a very particular belief system in capitalism. High taxes, overbearing officials, governments making life miserable is a oversimplification of the Declaration of Independence. What made the creation of America unique and the principles of capitalism unique is that they are peaceful, where in the time of the Tao Te Ching and throughout history, violence has been the easiest and go-to response to the acts of excess, overbearance, and governments making life miserable. The Declaration of Independence makes a different kind of claim. Capitalism makes a different kind of claim. It says each and every person has value. And when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such a government. This says that each person has a right to themselves, has a right to be free, has a right to live. And this didn't necessarily have to involve war, didn't necessarily have to involve violence. It was, and we see this shown almost comically in Hamilton, the stage production, where, the king is saying that he'll send a fully armed battalion to remind America of his love. We've learned over the course of time that there are better ways. Of course, it's natural that oppressive measures never achieve their intended results. Limiting some people's version of happiness is going to lead to those whose happiness is being taken, being forcibly restrained, to be frustrated, to be angry. The definition of excessive and overbearing governments making life miserable comes only from the governed, which is, in all cases, individuals. The king didn't have to send troops. When all political connection between the United States and Great Britain, as they said, is and ought to be totally dissolved, that could have been respected. Faced with independence, the removal of consent, peaceful separation, there is always a peaceful option. That is perhaps one of the key teachings that we can take away when faced with oppression today.